Good evening. Can you hear me? Sejal? Can you hear me, Sejal? Okay. We can wait for 5 minutes. Okay, Sejal, did you revise last day portion? No. Okay. Today, the continuation of last day. Last day, where were we stopped? Last day. Yes? Yeah, vitamin, right. So today, another new area, that is amino acid over, vitamins over, the new one, that is peptide related. Peptide. Yeah, peptide bond like that. Okay. So you have a small idea about protein. So one of the important one that is peptide. Okay. So peptide related property you want to just. We can wait for 5 minutes, or I don't know others will join or not. Valine, alanine, glycine, है ना? Lot of amino acids we already know. Okay, so look here. On board, I write here 2 amino acid form. Okay, both are amino acid, right? Why? Because you can see that there is a amine group relate, then nearby an acid link. Here also amine group, then acid form. So amino acid, amine plus acid, amino acid. We are sure about that. Okay. Then what happened? These two one. What about this? Name of this one. What about the name of this amino acid? Tell me. Names are very, very important. That's why that day I repeated. You want to study the name same day itself, right? Then can you tell what about the name of this one? Tell. What about the name of this amino acid? Simple amino acid, not a complicated one, but tell me the name of that amino acid. Glycine, correct. So short form of GLY. Okay, what about this? Correct. Okay. So this one is lysine, this one is alanine, means short form is ALA only. Okay. ALA, alanine, this much only alanine. Okay. About our intention? We are going to prepare a peptide bond. Okay. We are going to form a peptide bond with the help of two amino acid joining. After that, we are going to create a peptide bond. Can you guess? Okay, I will tell you how to create an amino acid. Look, student, here OH group we can take it out, and then one hydrogen will eliminated here. One hydrogen only eliminated. So what about the product? Eliminated product becomes water minus H2O. One hydrogen from this side, another hydrogen, then O from there. So OH from this acid group and one H from only one H from amine group. As a result, what happened? A water molecule means OH plus H. So OH plus H, you can see that this is a water molecule. So that water molecule will eliminate minus H2O. So we will get what? NH2 C double bond O. Here C double bond O. Then NH only. NH. Then others are similar. CH3. Then COOH. Got it? This is our amino acid peptide bond. Where is the peptide bond? The peptide bond, peptide linkage you can see here. CONH. This one is called the peptide bond. Peptide. Now clear? What do you mean by peptide bond? Two amino acids are combining together. After that, one water molecule is going to eliminate the remaining that after two amino acids going to joining. Now that link, that two amino acids link is called what? Peptide bond. This much clear? Sejal? Okay. You can revise once again. Okay. Enough? Can I continue? So this is called a peptide bond. You can easily find it out. C double bond group, then along with an NH. This is called peptide bond. Okay. Today, the remaining portion is mainly related to small topic-wise discussion. Okay. So this is called CONH link is called peptide bond. Then proteins can be classified according to their configuration, how they are arranged, everything. Biological nature of function of protein was confined by its conformation. This can be four type configuration manner. Configuration. Okay, you can note down each point. You can note down. Okay, configuration manner. The proteins can be according to configuration. Proteins can be classified into four types. Okay, configuration manner. Protein classified into four types: primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary. Primary protein, secondary protein, then tertiary protein, and quaternary protein. These are the configuration wise protein classification. We can discuss one by one. Primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Quaternary means 40. Quaternary. This is tertiary. This is secondary. This is primary. Okay. These are the different classifications. So first one is primary. So here this is the first one. First type. Primary structure carries a single peptide chain in a linear manner. It is only a single peptide chain. Single peptide chain only. Okay, single peptide chain only. Peptide chain in a linear manner. Single peptide chain in a linear manner. This is called what? Primary. Peptide, you know, peptide means what? C double bond O NH link. So that kind of single peptide only, but linear manner. That is called what? Primary configuration. Okay, primary configuration. Second one is so all amino acids are attached in a straight line. Okay, chain by peptide bond, straight line. It has no biological importance and all, nothing. But secondary one, next one is important. We can discuss point by point. Okay, no doubt. So in this structure, a straight chain form irregular changes to form coils. Means hydrogen bond plus a peptide bond present in a secondary. Here only single peptide bond only, but here hydrogen bond plus peptide bond combination. Hydrogen bond plus peptide bonds are present in here. Hydrogen bond means what? Hydrogen bond means one acid group is there, na? Acid, oxygen, and then amine nitrogen. Amine 2 NH2 na form. So one electronegative atom is connected with hydrogen, forming a hydrogen bond. Okay. So hydrogen plus peptide bond formation you can see in the secondary structure. These are can be classified into two forms: alpha helix, beta helix. These terminology is very important. Okay, note down everything. So alpha helix and not helix, beta pleated structure. Okay, beta pleated structure. Beta pleated structure. These are the two classification of this bond, peptide bond. Hydrogen bond plus peptide bonds are present in here. Then the hydrogen bonding means carbonyl group of oxygen combined with the hydrogen of amine will forming a bond. These can be classified into two forms: alpha helix, beta pleated structure. Okay, alpha helix plus beta pleated structure. These are the things. So now we want to study more about what do you mean by alpha helix. It is a chain is spiral manner. What do you mean by spiral shape? Actually like this. In this manner. Okay. This is called what? A spiral structure. Right hand circular manner. So these are the alpha helical structure. So in between the helical structure, you can see that actually helical structure it is like this. Like this. Okay. Look, students, you can see that in the spiral structure, I already mentioned you one thing was there is forming a hydrogen bonding. So NH, amine group and C double bond O group. C double bond O group of amine and carboxylic acid group forming a hydrogen bonding and likewise a spiral structure that is called alpha helix. Alpha helix structure. Very important. Example is very important. Keratin. Are you familiar with keratin, students? Keratin. Are you familiar with keratin? Keratin and myosin. Okay. Keratin, myosins are example for alpha helix structure. Then beta pleated structure. In the case of beta pleated structure, you can see that this is a structure protein is not arranged in a sequence. Means polypeptide chains are parallel to each other. So this peptide chain C double bond O NH2. So here actually we can see a parallel manner. Lot of structural representations here. This kind of structure is mainly called what? Lot of chains we can see here. This is a pleated structure. This is spiral structure. Alpha helical structure and then hydrogen bond formed by near chain silk fiber. Beta pleated and it is example silk fiber. Example is silk fiber. These are the main example. Alpha helix, beta pleated structure, keratin, myosin, silk fiber is an example for beta pleated structure. Okay. So this is the clear, Sejal? So primary single peptide and linear manner. Okay. But this is important. Secondary hydrogen bond is presenting plus peptide bond also created in it. It is not an actual structure, it's only a schematic representation for you, for understanding. That much please. Then these are classified into alpha helix, beta pleated structure. Silk fiber examples, keratin and myosins are another example. Okay, students? This much clear? Okay. Next one, tertiary structure. In this structure, protein atoms are highly coiled and form a spherical form. Highly coiled, we can't draw. Okay, highly coiled and spherical form. Very sphere manner, actually like this, with a coiling manner and forming a spherical manner. That is called what? Tertiary structure. Then here you can see hydrogen bonding, hydrophobic ionic bonds are also present. Then next one, quaternary structure. When two or more polypeptide chain by a force, that is called quaternary. Two or more polypeptide chain. Okay. Hemoglobin. HB. Hemoglobin is two or more polypeptide. Example, hemoglobin. HB. Hemoglobin is an example. Two or more polypeptide link is occurring in it. Okay. This is example for hemoglobin. Do you familiar with the hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is a one of the familiar macromolecule. Here, what happened in a hemoglobin structure? Fe, iron is in the center, and then you can see that there are like this kind of 5-membered cyclic forms are surrounded by in it. This is only one form. Okay, likewise, 4 this kind of cyclic form is arranging in a big macromolecular format that is called hemoglobin. You don't need to study the structure right now. So just go through. Hemoglobin is a protein. It will creating red color for blood. Hemoglobin, then then highly tertiary, highly coiled spherical structure. Secondary, primary, single peptide bonds. These are linear manner. Hydrogen bond plus a peptide form. These are called secondary. Are again classified into two forms: alpha helix, beta pleated structure. Then tertiary is highly coiled and spherical in nature. Okay. Then quaternary, two or more peptide bond. Here only single peptide, na? That's why here you can see two or more peptide, polypeptide bonds are forming. Example, hemoglobin. Okay, this much clear? Any doubt? Sejal? Okay. I think in your syllabus, biomolecule is over. This chapter is over. What about your college? This chapter is over or not? Okay, okay. Then it will helpful for you. Okay, next one, Sejal. Types of protein. What are the protein types? These are important. Types of protein. Okay. So types of protein. First one, protein can be classified into simple, conjugated, and derived one. Okay. How? Simple, conjugated. Okay. Simple type. I will tell you what about the definition. Simple, conjugated, and next one is derived. Simple, conjugated, derived. Okay. Hello, Ratik. Ah, Ratik is joining now. Hello, Ratik. Why are you late? Ratik, why are you late? Our timing is 5 o'clock, na? 5 o'clock. You are late by 35 minutes. Ratik, can you hear me? Tell me something about why are you late? Okay. Then no problem. Okay. So simple, conjugated, derived form. Okay. Ratik, we already discussed. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, the same thing we are going to study in textbook. They have a fibrous, globular. Yeah. So how? Look in textbook, textbook they are given something only simple form. Okay. Through this class, we are discussing more application form, more derived form, right? So actually, main classification is just you want to go through this much also. There in textbook there are three types: simple form, conjugated form, derived form. No doubt. Okay. So one by one we will discuss. But then the globular and fibrous form, when it will come, I will tell right now. Okay. So actually, simple forms, it can be further classified into what? You are telling your fibrous and conjugated. Globular form. Simple is classified into fibrous. Okay. And globular. In textbook, this much only. But here we want to study little bit more. That's why. You can prepare it for an as extra reading. Look, students, while you are preparing for NEET and JEE, JEE, so you want to read extra. Okay, we don't know anything about which one will come. So actually, this is an extra reading. Okay, so fibrous and globular. Now understood, Sejal? Now what is? Okay. So simple, conjugated, derived. These are the major classification. Simple is derived, classified into fibrous and globular. So what are the major points related to fibrous we can discuss? It is insoluble. Insoluble. Okay. In any other compound like water or somewhere is not in. It is not in. It's insoluble. Okay. Look simple enough. These mainly it is formed of only by amino acid. Only formed by amino acid combination. This kind of simple proteins will form that can be classified into fibrous and globular form. Here fibrous condition it is insoluble and then elongated shape. Okay. Main function now, their main function is protection. Fibrous main function of this kind of protein is protection function. Okay, protecting, covering, like that. Then it is insoluble, very, very, very elongated as well as hard in nature. Example, our nail related protein. Okay, what about our nail related protein? That is keratin. Keratin, are you familiar? Keratin, students, keratin. Keratin is one of the famous one. Keratin and collagen. Collagen also another fibrous form. Collagen fiber. Okay, so fibrous mainly protection their function, elongated, very hard, insoluble in nature. Main function is protection. Example, keratin and collagen type. The next one is globular. These are spherical and oval in shape. Spherical or oval shape. You can expect an oval shape, spherical as well as an oval like this, an oval shape. Then oval shape. Then it's highly coiled. These are soluble in water and somewhere. So albumin. Albumin is an albumin. Albumin is a protein. It is an example for that kind of stuff. Okay. Albumin. Keratin, collagen, albumin, globular type of protein. Mainly soluble. Most of them are soluble in water. Is spherical and oval in shape. These are the main information regarding globular and fibrous protein. This much over. Clear? Rapid. Okay. Next, we are moving to conjugated protein. Here, in the classification of conjugated protein. These are complex protein. Okay. Here we can simple type or simple nature amino acid combination. But here is complex one and then non-amino acid combination. Non-amino acid is not amino acid combination. Here amino acid, but here is complex. It is simple, but here complex. Okay. Highly coiled one. That also another important factor. Then here non-amino acid or non-protein part is called a prosthetic group is also attached in it. Nucleoprotein, protein plus amino acid. Like egg yolk, casein of milk, These are the example. Nucleoproteins. Nucleoproteins are example. Nucleoproteins means nucleoprotein, nucleic acid plus the protein. Okay, so nucleoproteins are example. Like nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is here. We will study today what is nucleic acid and nucleic acid plus the protein, nucleoprotein type, complex one. Casein of milk, casein and egg yolk. Example, egg yolk. Okay, so milk protein, milk protein. Milk protein, egg yolk, these are the examples for nucleoprotein. Casein, casein, C-A-S-E-I-N. This is called milk protein, casein. Milk protein. These are the example for nucleoprotein. Egg yolk, these are the. Okay. Next one, that is derived protein. Actually, derived protein, these are obtained as a result of partial hydrolysis of natural protein. Okay. Natural protein. Can you give an example for natural protein? Any protein? Natural protein. Do you know? Hydrolysis of natural protein. Any idea? Naturally available proteins. Natural proteins like the protein, rich protein oriented food. What is that? Rich protein oriented. Protein oriented food. The food is rich in protein. Nah? Somebody will tell. What about that food? Most of the meat, somewhere you can protein rich. Protein rich. Meat or almost protein rich. Right? Right, friends. So, and so protein like sprouted condition, that the small dal sorting in our water and then soak it in our water and then after that the small, so that is protein rich. Okay, lot of proteins are there. So anyway, plant protein mainly and then animal flesh protein, these are undergo hydrolysis forming a derived proteins. Okay, mainly derived proteins are obtaining. These are name is like this. Example, you want to study proteose, then meta protein, proteose, meta proteins and peptones. Okay, suppose in a question they will ask like this, out of this, okay, choose one derived protein. They will providing you egg yolk, keratin, peptones. So you want to judge what is derived and what is conjugated and then what is simple. Look students, in your option, option here we are studying a familiar one, no doubt. Okay, in option, option apart from this this example you will arise, but out of the option 4 you can easily eliminate. Okay, that is a nice idea. So that's why if you have a familiarity with this kind of protein, anything apart from this option you can easily identify, oh that protein I don't know, but this protein I know from our class time example. That is a good point. That's why you can't leave these things. Example, first of all, you want to study, you believe in your coaching note structure, and then compare it with the exam point of view, that option. So that then you can easily eliminate from that option. Most of the time, you are never ready. Means the option given by examination, the exam time, and options are maybe you have no idea, but out of options you can easily eliminate with the help of familiar protein. Right, that is the advantage for you. So these are the things mainly related to protein. This much clear? Classification, just note down and then can I ref? Can I ref? Okay. Next step, you can see that students, denaturation of protein. Okay. Are you familiar with the denaturation of protein? Denaturation of protein, do you know? Yes, good. Look, some protein or anything in the presence of any other agent like heat or anything, this protein is going to spoiling the protein nature and forming another one like coagulation, and then coagulation of protein. Okay, so protein, any heat or anything apply in it, pure protein, any kind of heat or anything apply in it, what happen? Coagulation of protein will happen. This process is called what? Denaturation process. Actually, what do you mean by coagulation? Huh? What do you mean by coagulation? Any idea? Any idea? No, 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 no. Coagulation means it's not a breakdown. Coagulation means clotting. Blood is going to clot. What happens? You will get a clotting manner. Now, whenever blood is come out from our body with the presence of atmospheric condition, you can see that blood is going to clot. Okay, so this is an environmental factor changing now. So that's why denaturation means any physical change or chemical change. Example, heat is a physical change, chemical change, any pH variations or anything now will happening in the protein. The complete format of protein become changing. In same, for example, before entering to atmospheric condition, that protein is in liquid form. After it is combined with the atmospheric form, it is converted into solid form. So a protein is the liquid form is converted into solid form. That type of process is called coagulation, and changing their entire protein means structural difference, everything due to some chemical as well as physical change, that is called denaturation of protein. Can you give me an example for denaturation of protein? Simple and familiar example for you. Everybody don't know this fact. Any idea? Yes or no? Tell me first. If you don't know, tell no. If you know, tell it. Okay. So actually, famous example, hai na? Do you like that? bullseye or egg omelette? Ratik, do you like egg omelette? Haha. Okay, okay. Ratik is good, good. So actually, egg is a protein rich one. I already told you meat, protein rich one is egg. Egg is one of the protein rich food. So that egg, whenever while cutting the shell of the egg, you can see it is in a liquid form. Okay, then it will mix it thoroughly and will add ingredients, everything in it, and then you want to spread it on the pan with oil and all. What about the shape? What about the conversion? It becomes changing now. So liquid will convert it into solid form. So easily in the presence of even boiling of egg, that is a good example. Boiling of egg, so it become easily go into solid form, right? So this is the best example. Protein converted in the presence of heat, it will convert it into a coagulated manner, means clotting manner. Okay, this process is called what? Denaturation of it. Clear? Understood? Okay. Next one, actually almost over test. Okay, some look in laboratory. Another one of the important thing you want to know, that is the test of protein. Okay, so suppose in lab you can see a small test tube containing unknown protein. You don't know which is filled in it. Suppose which solution is filled in it, you don't know, but you they will providing you this kind of bottle rich with some reagent in it, some reagent bottle. These are called what, students? Reagent bottle. Which will you can see in the shelf of each cupboard of your chemistry lab. You can see this kind of reagents are with you. Okay, this solution is provided by your teacher. And then your task is that you want to identify which protein is present in it with the help of these kind of reagents. Okay, these kinds of reagent, with the help of this kind of reagent, you want to check what type of protein is in. For that, for protein identification in your test for protein, you are using different methodology. First one is with concentrated nitric acid on heating, give yellow precipitate, right? So a small amount of this protein is reacted with concentrated sulfuric acid, we will get a yellow precipitate. Okay, once again, this unknown solution, small amount of unknown solution, you want to add what? Concentrated H2, HNO3, nitric acid. Concentrated HNO3, nitric acid. So what happens, students? The color become yellow color. Again, thoroughly you can heat here. Thoroughly you can heat. More heating on solution on adding ammonium hydroxide also. NH4OH, you will get a red color. Okay. So this kind of test is called xanthoprotic test. Xanthoprotic test. Xanthoprotic test. Actually, the question is like this. They will provide you malicious test, then Felling test, then Ketos test, then xanthoprotic test. Out of that, which one is suitable for protein test? You can easily take xanthoprotic test. Right? So protein is a clue here, na protein. Xantho. Once again, I repeat. This is the your sample, protein sample. It will combined with the concentrated nitric acid, so that the color is changed into yellow color. Okay, again that solution, that yellow colored solution are trying to heat, and then also add, you can add ammonium hydroxide, then the final color become red. Then we can confirm that this reagent is taken from here. So here maybe concentrated HNO3. This is HNO3. This is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. Everything is available in your shelf. So at a time, first you get small drop of concentrated nitric acid, you can pour in it. You check the color, yellow color. So again, that solution undergo heat. Then in the presence of ammonium hydroxide solution also add in the same thing. Then after that, final color become red. So this test is called xanthoprotic test. Clear? Understood? Clear or not, students? Look, test means means, for example, you are entering into a lab. Your teacher will giving you a small solution and then telling that is it a protein, you want to check. You don't know which is it. This is protein or acid, you don't know anything, but the reagents are supplying for you. So with the help of small amount of protein, you are converted power into a small test tube. Initially, what do you want to do? You want to power a concentrated HNO3 in it. Then you can shake thoroughly. Then you can check the color. So color become yellow color. Okay. So first round is clear for the xanthoprotic test. First round is okay. Then again that yellow colored solution you are trying to heat on it. Applying heat on it in the presence of ammonium hydroxide. Finally, you will check the this test tube solution. Test tube present inside of the solution is red in color. So you can confirm that the given solution is protein. Clear? This is the test. Okay? Understood. So this is first test is called as xanthoprotic test. Second test. Second test, na? Second test is called what? Second type of test is biuret test. Very important. Biuret test. Biuret test. Okay. Biuret test means ammonium hydroxide and dilute concentrated sulfuric acid. Same procedure. Ammonium hydroxide plus concentrated H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Ammonium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid. Okay, this combination with the protein. So you will get a violet color. You will get a violet color. Look now, here initially concentrated nitric acid, ammonium hydroxide. Here ammonium hydroxide concentrated sulfuric acid, H2SO4. You will get a violet color solution. Okay, you will get a violet color solution. Then we can conclude that, oh, this is confirmation test, so it is protein. This also protein. Xanthoprotic test, first one, what are the ingredients? First one, concentrated HNO3 plus ammonium hydroxide. So you first you will get a yellow color. After heating, you will get a red color. So you will confirm protein. So this one is protein. Likewise, violet color, you will confirm this also protein. Clear? These are the two very important. Biuret tests are commonly asking test. Ingredients are ammonium hydroxide plus concentrated sulfuric. Okay, one more test. Ninhydrin reaction. Okay. Ninhydrin means very important. Ninhydrin. Third one is ninhydrin. Ninhydrin. Actually, ninhydrin is a reagent. It is available, commonly available market. Okay. So that ninhydrin bottle, what happened? Ninhydrin bottle is poured into a unknown solution. So it will give a color and a color blue color on treatment with a blue color. Blue color will forming. Here violet color. Here initially yellow color, then red color. So these colors are important. Violet color is forming with the biuret test. Ninhydrin will show blue color. So we can confirm that, oh, this is also protein. So 2-3 test is important. First one, xanthoprotic test, biuret test. Third one, ninhydrin. Ninhydrin reagent directly pour into the protein solution. You will get a blue color. Then you can confirm that these are proteins. So 3 major important way are like this much clear. Any doubt? Anything you can tell. Any doubt? Hello? Nigel? Any doubt? Okay. Actually, one more thing, student. Ninhydrin test, ninhydrin test is useful for protein, amino acid, peptide. For 3. Amino acid, peptide, protein. For 3, we are using the same thing. Protein, amino acid, peptide, protein. These are using for same purpose. Clear? Okay. Now, last point related to protein, that is, what are the uses? You know, major use of proteins are plasma, component of plasma membrane, and then enzyme are protein. Now, almost all enzymes are protein. Many hormones are protein, enzyme, hormone, then antigen, antibodies are protein. Actin and myosin proteins are present. Actin and myosin proteins are important for muscle contraction. Actin and myosin. You know, familiar with biology, actin, myosin. Okay, uses importance. Then what is that? Most of the hormones, plasma, cytoplasm, plasma, our membrane, plasma related biological plasma membrane, plasma membrane, plasma membrane, hormones, actin, myosins. This is muscle contraction, muscle area. Now you can see that muscle contraction and relaxation of muscle. One of the important component, that is actin, myosin. These are made by protein. Okay, then hormone, hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is present in our blood. One of the important protein, hemoglobin. Then growth region repairing के लिए antibody. Okay, antibody as well as antigen. Antibodies, antigen, hemoglobin, plasma membrane, hormones, actin, myosin present in our muscle. Everything is an example for this kind of protein. These are the uses of protein. Okay, keep it in your mind. Please. Okay, so this much only related to what? Related to protein. Main thing. Next one, we are discussing about the next one, another portion. Another important portion I'm going to discussing about nucleic acid. Are you familiar with nucleic acid? Nucleic acid. Do you have any idea about nucleic acid? Yes or no? Any idea? Sejal? Rafiq? Any idea? Rafiq? Just tell me at least. Yes, you have some idea. Good. Okay. So anyway, nucleic acid. Nucleic acids actually from the given by name, these are special type of acids which are present in a nucleus and a cytoplasm. Actually, these are a special kind of acid. Mainly it's present in the where present in nucleus and cytoplasm like that. Okay, biological memory. Nucleus and cytoplasm. So special type of acid present in nucleus and cytoplasm. So these are called what a nucleic acid. Acids present in cytoplasm. Control, it means almost all the metabolic activities of a cell is controlled by nucleic acid. It controlling all the metabolic activity of a cell. Almost all the metabolic activities of a cell are controlled by what? Nucleic acid. Second one, it is mainly found in mitochondria and chloroplast. You know, mitochondria is one of the important one, mitochondria. What about the role of mitochondria? Biologically, you know, by mitochondria. What is the need of mitochondria? What is the need of mitochondria? Very good, powerhouse of the cell, that is called a mitochondria. So almost all the metabolic activities of cells are related to this nucleic acid present in mitochondria, chloroplast. Chlorophyll containing chloroplast. Okay, mitochondria, chloroplast, like this. Then these are also one mitochondria. Okay, mainly these important one. These are classified into two types. Okay, first one is DNA and the second one is RNA. What are they? DNA. Another one is RNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. These are the full form. What is that? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the full form of DRNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic ribonucleic acid, RNA, DNA. DNA, ribonucleic acid and deoxynucleic acid, DNA, RNA. Clear? These are the important classification of nucleic acid. Once again, acid present in nucleus and cytoplasm, all metabolic activities of cell. This chapter is somewhat similar. It is related to biology. Okay. If your biological background is clear, this grasping of this chapter is very easy for you. Okay. It is also helpful for biology also. Okay. If you have this. So mitochondria and chloroplast mainly present this and can be classified into two type of nucleic acid. Not mitochondria. This nucleic acid can be classified into DNA and RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. So we will study in detail about what do you mean by DNA, what do you mean by RNA. Clear? This is the first section. Then look students, here we can see that ribose sugar and two type of nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is containing nitrogen bases and sugar. In nucleic acid, it is containing nitrogen containing base. You know, acid base. So any base that containing a nitrogen that is related to nucleic acid. Nucleic acid containing this much component. Okay, nitrogen containing base and sugar unit. One sugar unit. Okay, what are they? First one, nitrogen containing base is present in it. Study with me. You can study today itself. And then sugar units are available. Nitrogen containing base and then sugar units are present in it. These nitrogen bases are two types. First one is purine base. Purine. I will teach you what do you mean by purine base. Purine base and pyrimidine base. Pyrimidine base. These are the two important base, nitrogen containing base, purine base, pyrimidine base. Then sugar unit is also there. They are ribonucleic acid and deoxyribonucleic acid, as told you, na? So ribose sugar and deoxyribose are the two important sugar. Ribose and deoxyribose. These are the two important type of sugar unit present in nitrogenous base. So entirely nucleic acid means it's containing purine base or pyrimidine base or ribose. Per one nucleic acid, either it will contain purine base, one base plus sugar unit is compulsory. Okay, one base plus sugar unit is compulsory. So which base? This is optional. You can choose. Not you can. The structural representation categories are choose accordingly. Purine base is taken out, so they will combine with a ribose sugar or deoxyribose, or they will choose pyrimidine base. इसके साथ ribose or deoxyribose. According to the structure, we will discuss it in detail. This is a basic idea related to nucleic acid in short. Read it clearly. Then next step we want to discuss the DNA thoroughly. So before that, your basics idea you want to clear from this class. Acid, DNA, deoxyribose, these are two component nitrogen bases. Sugar units are presenting. The nitrogen base can be purine type of base and then pyrimidine type of base. Then sugar units are ribose. Then my question, RNA na? RNA related what type of sugar? RNA containing what type of sugar unit? Tell me. Ribose. Understood? That's why their names come from ribose. DNA containing Ratik. DNA containing what type of sugar unit? Ratik? Hello, Rathi, can you hear? How? DNA. Correct. Deoxyribose. That's why their name becomes D, na? DNA. RNA, okay, ribose, right? But DNA should be deoxyribose. Clear? Study this one. Can I wrap? Can I wrap? Can I wrap? Yes or no? Can I rub the board? Okay. Next, we want to discuss DNA in detail. Very important. Most of the questions come from DNA. Lots of questions. DNA. Full form? Tell me. What about the full form of DNA? Text me. This is for your memory. That's why. Text me. Ratik Sejal. Anyone? DNA full form? What about the full form of DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Correct. But ribose, no, ribo. That much only. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, DNA. Not ribose. Not ribose. Ribo only. Okay. Sejal, correct that one. Okay. Now, we can discuss in detail. What are the points? You can point out DNA. Actually, it is a characterization. It is a double helical structure. What do you mean by helix? I already told you last time. This is one type of helix, right? So double helix means what? One more helical structure is with you, then you can call it as a double helical structure. Okay. So double helical structure like this. I think you are familiar with biology, this kind of DNA structure and all. Am I right, students? Biology, you are familiar enough? Right. Yes, yes. Okay. Biology classes this DNA is familiar. So structure wise, you know everything. Am I right? DNA structure, you know very clearly. Hmm? Tell. Oh, okay. So, but you know what about the bonds? Bonds present in it. You know what type of bonds? You know that nucleoside, nucleotide. You know what do you mean by nucleotide? Do you have, or you want to revise with me, or I want to skip this portion? What do you think? I want to skip this portion, or I want to continue. If you are familiar with you, then I can took another portion. No, that's okay. So this is the double helical structure of DNA. It's containing each nucleotides are there, nucleosides are there. Okay, sugar unit, phosphate unit, nitrogenous base are there. Then actually, okay. Before that, I don't know what about your knowledge. Sugar phosphate backbone is there. Yeah. So base pairs are arranging in it. Base pairs. Base pairs are there. Last time we already discussed now. What are they? What are the base present in a nucleotide, nucleic acid? One thing is purine base or pyrimidine type base. So these base pairs are present in phosphate group present in it. Phosphate plus sugar unit. These are the combinations of these things. Then base pairs and base pairs can occurring in a like this manner. Okay, what are base pairs? We will study. Then sugar phosphate backbone. Here you can see a sugar phosphate backbone in that area. Okay. Then base pairs can seen here. These are the area for base pairs. This ladder manner. Base pairs, phosphate, sugar units. This is an overall view of a DNA. Okay. So mainly DNA made up of nitrogenous base, deoxyribose sugar and phosphoric acid, phosphate group. Nitrogenous base, base pair, phosphate group, sugar. These are the three components of a DNA. Base pairs, phosphate group, then ribose sugar. So base pairs and base pairs, nitrogenous base pairs can be classified into purine base and pyrimidine base. Right? Purine what? Pyrimidine means. Example. Can you tell example for DNA purine bases? Can you tell? Do you know purine base present in DNA? Tell me then from your memory. Tell me. Or you don't know, text me. No. Tell me. Thymine and cytosine. Thymine, purine and cytosine, adenine and guanine. These are mainly present in the DNA bases. Purine, thymine, cytosine, adenine and guanine. Adenine, guanine for where? Purine. Sorry. Adenine and guanine. Here purine. Adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. TC, TC, AG, TC. Pyrimidine and AGR purine bases. Okay. So these are the main things present in it. Then nucleoside. So another category means it is a nucleus. Actually, what do you mean by DNA? DNA means what? Characteristics we can check now one by one. Okay. Actually, it is present in a nucleus containing acid like that. Then DNA made up of three units: nitrogenous base, deoxy sugar unit, and phosphoric acid or phosphate group. You can say like that. Then nucleoside. When nitrogen base combined with a sugar unit, that we will call nucleoside. Very important. Nucleoside. Nucleoside. This is very important. What do you mean by nucleoside? Base plus sugar unit combination. This is called what? Base plus sugar unit combination is called what? Nucleoside. Okay, nucleoside. Then nitrogen base plus sugar unit is called nucleoside. Nucleoside means nitrogen base, sugar, phosphate. Nucleotide. Nucleotide. What do you mean by nucleotide? Base 3-1. Base plus sugar plus phosphate group. So 3. If 3 are present, then we will call it as nucleotide. Nucleoside means what? Only base plus sugar unit. This much terminologies are very important. These are the actually in a complete way point of view, base, sugar, phosphate groups. 1, 2, 3 must be present in it. But nucleoside case only base, sugar unit only. Phosphate we can avoid. So that its name becomes nucleoside. SIDE. Here Here it is end with TIDE. These are the difference between them. Nucleoside, nucleotide. Okay. So, what is the unit? A complete unit of DNA is nucleoside or nucleotide? Tell me, a complete unit of DNA is nucleotide or nucleoside? Which one? Text me. Complete unit of a DNA. What is that, student? Tell. Complete unit of a DNA is called what? Nucleotide. Correct. Okay. Keep it in your mind. A complete unit of DNA is called nucleotide. So this is only one unit. Likewise, number of units are combined together will form what? Number all the nucleotide combines and form a chain called what? Polynucleotide, by which RNA and DNA formed. There RNA and DNA formed. A chain like manner RNA DNA formed by a number of polynucleotide form. Polynucleotide form is called what? RNA and DNA become generating from there. Okay. Then what are the function of DNA? I think that also familiar for you. Functions of DNA. Hereditary. First one, hereditary. How hereditary characters are transforming? Do you have any idea? Look, DNA is a property self-replication. This is the one of the important property function of self-replication. Self-replication. What do you mean by self-replication? Look, student, suppose self-replication means DNA actually, this is a DNA, na? So after a stage, we can see that this DNA is replicated. Replicated means only one strand become formed. Okay, these replicated means they are removed. That spiral, that helical structure become removed one by one, and then again it will converted into and then joined into form another new one. Here also new one will form. Okay, and then again here replicated. So one coil again combined with another one, so forming a likewise formation will continue by one by one. So DNA has the property of self-replication, actually reproducing molecule, reproduction of new one. Okay, this is the parent one. After it replicated, it will what is that? Okay, distracted means yeah, it will detach from this area again, forming another new one. Likewise, the reproduction will happening in it. Okay, reproductive nature. So unique property of DNA, it is the root of all reproduction through replication. Replication means replication. That also another replication is very important. Self-replication is called cell going to replicate. Likewise. So that's where DNA acts as a key to heredity. Is a one of the key to heredity. One of the important key for heredity. Okay. In the replication of DNA, the two strands of a double helix unwind and separate as a template for the formation of new complementary strand. Understood? Same thing. This was a first parent one is uncoiled, means a single formed coil. Again, this single formed coil forming a new one. This separated single coil form will create another one. Likewise, this after that, after a period of time, again going to replication. This new one will form to that time it will act as a parent one. This one also acts as a parent one and forming a daughter. Likewise, it will replicate. This much clear? What are the main function of DNA is self-replication. That's why it is a key point for heredity. Protein synthesis also, students. Specific another important function of DNA, that is protein synthesis. Okay, another role, that is protein synthesis. Protein synthesis. So actually, DNA na coded and means specific sequence of base pair present in the DNA. You know, so that there is a code of information is in it. Okay, so before that, major steps you do DNA, after the replication converted into another DNA, then transcription. These points are very important. One more thing, these are biological things. Heredity, protein synthesis. How protein becomes synthesized? I will explain. With the help of special names are there. Look. DNA, okay, it will undergo replication. Process is called what? These points are important. Replication. DNA undergo replication. It will form another DNA, small DNA. Then transcription. Another process is called what? Transcription. This is the process. Okay. First of all, DNA replication. It form another kind of DNA. Again transcription. RNA will form. RNA. Again undergo transcription. Transcription. It will generate protein. Generating protein. This is the major protein synthesis format. Okay. Transcription. I think so. Do you know transcription? Any idea? Okay. Actually, uh, actually that point I think you want to study in biology, not here. So that process. Look, protein generation process, that RNA can be converted into a protein form. That entire process is called what? Transcription. Okay, that's the thing. No down. These things are important. Next step. Next one is RNA. Okay, I will give you a small idea about what is the transcription now. Okay, so anyway, DNA presented a code. Actually, in DNA, there is a specific codes are present. Code related informations are present in a code manner. We can say like that. Special codes are present. Specific sequence of base pairs in a DNA represents a code information. Okay, for the manufacturing of protein. So code informations are very important. That will set in the with the help of adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine form. There is a special codes are created by this kind of base pairs. This is the initial role. Then after that, this code instruction and first are transcribed. Transcribed means into a matching nitrogen base sequence within mRNA. So another with the help of mRNA, within the present, these codes are there. So matching code, message form, everything is transformed man. So transformation, one form to another form transformation in the present. So this mRNA is called messenger RNA. Okay, mRNA means what? Messenger. With the help of this messenger RNA, this code will convert into another code. That process is called what? So that code is very important for protein synthesis. Clear? So once again, RNA with the instruction in such RNA translated into particular sequence of amino acid unit within the polypeptide chain and protein. So in a particular format, once again, in DNA, we can see that lot of codes. These codes, with the help of mRNA, will convert it into a special kind of format manner, means but good format. That format is important for protein synthesis. Then only it will never form. Look now, students, while you are preparing a tea, simple example. Look, if you are taking you are preparing a 1 cup of coffee, you want to add a around very little bit only milk. Otherwise, 200 ml of milk you will add it preparing a 1 cup of tea. Is it good? No. So anything you want to selection is very important. So code selection is important. Okay. So adenosine, like this kind of base pairs in a particular codes are arranged with the help of messenger RNA. They will collect these codes and then convert it into a good format. Okay, good format. That format, that process, entire process is called what? Transcription. That transcription process will happening in RNA. RNA will doing all the things. After that, you will get a good format. So everything will arrange in a particular manner. G, S, or T, A, G. Everything is arranged in a particular manner. Then only protein will synthesis. That entire process is called what? Transcription. Clear? This much understood? Just this information you can keep it in your mind. Would remember transcription. This much clear what I'm telling? Oh, this much enough. Transcription means what? Code form with the presence of mRNA converted into very good format. That format is good is important for protein synthesis. This entire process is called transcription. So DNA replication, you know. What do you mean by replication? Simple means simply occupying is coiled one is converted into a singly coiled manner. Again, these coils are converted into means another RNA. Likewise, that process is continuing. So that process is called replication. It's converted into DNA. Then DNA undergo transcription, convert to RNA. RNA again with the help of two processes similar. Okay. Then transcription. Then will generate protein. Okay. Can I wrap? Can I wrap? Okay. Next one is RNA. RNA. Ribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid. Okay. It's a polymer of purine and pyrimidine ribonucleotide. Okay. Actually, it's a polymer. RNA indicated sugar unit is what? RNA indicated sugar unit. Students, RNA indicated sugar unit. Tell. Ribose sugar, right? So ribose sugar unit, it is related to ribose sugar unit. Then it is a single standard molecule. Basically single standard rather than a double helical like that of DNA. Same. Double helical. Then single standard and it's containing base pairs, Anna. Can you guess? A pairs. Adenosine, A. Adenosine. In RNA, you can see that in RNA, what are they? Yes, instead of thymine, uracil is present in it. A is AUGC. AUGC. Adenine, uracil, and guanine paired with what is that? Yeah, adenine, uracil, guanine, cytosine. But in DNA, adenine, guanine, thymine, uracil, like this. Sorry. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. See. Uracil is new one here. Okay. Instead of thymine, uracil is present here. Okay. This is a major difference between RNA and DNA base pairs. Then the given segment always the given segment of a long RNA molecule might example like this AUGGC. Very important. Pairing is very important. This one. Lot of question is asking from same base pairs related question. Okay. How many types of RNAs are present? Now you only know about mRNA. Okay. mRNA, RNA can be classified into according to their function. They are classified into tRNA, mRNA. mRNA means what? Messenger RNA. tRNA means what? Transfer RNA. Ribosomal RNA, rRNA, rRNA. These are the three important classifications. Ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA. This one is transfer RNA. Transfer RNA. This one is M for messenger. Okay. Messenger RNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA. Ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, messenger RNA. These are the important. M messenger. T, small t, is transfer. R, small r, ribosomal. Study right now. Yeah, 3 times. Very good. Sejal. This is a time for revision for you. mRNA, transfer RNA, ribosomal RNA. Can you give an example? Can you give a very important function of mRNA? mRNA. Next, last moment we discuss that one. Can you guys tell me what about the function of mRNA? Process is there. That special process. What is that? mRNA. Pass of message. That process is called what? What about that process? Message is transforming. Okay, that process is called what? Correct. Transcription. Okay, very good. Transcription. So we can revise once again. This type of RNA consisting of single strand, only single strand only. Okay. Then variable length. Then mRNA is a complementary copy of DNA. We can say that. Then it will carry chemical message in the form of a nitrogen base sequence from the nucleus to ribosome. Nucleus, where the message is converted from nucleus to ribosome. Message from nucleus to ribosomes, that is from DNA to cytoplasm. Also we can say DNA is a nucleus, na? So DNA to ribosome, cytoplasm also, or we can say this is the message coming from like this. Then DNA cytoplasm. Okay, where protein synthesized in cytoplasm, in cytoplasm protein synthesizing in cytoplasm. That's why. Okay. Then therefore it is called a messenger RNA or mRNA. mRNA is synthesized from DNA in the nucleus. mRNA is synthesized from DNA in the nucleus. After that, the message is transformed from nucleus to ribosome, where ribosome means or cytoplasm. Nucleus, exactly, nucleus means DNA. So DNA to cytoplasm, cytoplasm where the protein is synthesizing. Okay, these are the things. That's why this process, this entire process is called transcription. Transcription. This entire process is called what? Transcription. Note down. Special note. Okay. This much clear about a messenger RNA. What are the functions? Message transformation. Main that process is called transcription. Message is coming from nucleus to ribosome or DNA to cytoplasm. In cytoplasm where protein is synthesized. This much clear? mRNA related topic clear? Okay. Now we are moving to mRNA over mRNA over. Next one is tRNA. Next one is tRNA. Small t, then RNA. Like this. Okay. tRNA. What do you mean by tRNA? Transfer. Sorry. What about the full form of T? Full form of T. Correct. Transfer RNA, na? Transfer. Transfer RNA. So actually, what about the ribosome is a cytoplasmic nucleoprotein structure, na? In which protein synthesized from mRNA template. Okay, you know everything. Then okay, actually that just a transformation only. Look, on the ribosome, the mRNA and the tRNA molecule, what happened? They will interact to translate into a specific protein molecule. Okay, the information transcribed from the DNA, na? That transcription process is starting from DNA. Again, a replication, DNA, after that transcription, RNA, sorry, replication. Okay, the RNA transcription, then it will form what? Then after that, the protein synthesizing. Na? So actually, all the process is coming from, means there is a combination of DNA. So on the ribosome, the mRNA and tRNA molecule interact. mRNA and messenger RNA will helpful for that. Na? The mRNA and tRNA translate into specific protein molecule. The informations are transferred. Actually, transferring information. That much only. Information transferring. That okay. rRNA constitutes the largest part of total RNA. This is around 80% of transfer RNA related. 80% related to transfer. Okay. Message is going to transfer from one area to another area. So messenger means that agent. Collecting, coding collection of agent. Converted into another form. That transfer format is with the help of tRNA. That much only. Transferring of message like that. Okay. So 80% is filled with this one. Then last one is sorry. Not 80%. tRNA na, is a small portion only, around 10 to 15% only. Sorry. 10 to 15%. But tRNA after that mRNA, rRNA, ribosomal RNA is the highest, 80% by rRNA. Okay, rRNA by 80%. Okay, tRNA only this much. Smallest size, everything is simple. Its main function is transferred amino acid from cytoplasm to the cytoprotein. Amino acid, look na, transfer of RNA na, for protein synthesis. Amino acid is transported from one area to another area. That duty is done by tRNA, transfer. amino acid transfer. Amino acid transfer from one area to for protein synthesis. For protein synthesis, amino acid transfer. This is a major duty of tRNA. Next one is rRNA. rRNA is 80% of rRNA is filled in it, very bulk form. Okay. Actually, ribosome related largest part ribosomal RNA. Ribosome, in ribosome and the protein synthesis, everything is happening in ribosome. So that area, entire area after generation, that is called rRNA. Major duty like that. Okay, tRNA transfer means amino acid transfer, mRNA message transfer, tRNA, that's ribosomal final synthesis where it will occur the entire portion. Most of the space is covered by 80% like this. So next one, you want to study about DNA, RNA. Difference between DNA, RNA. Important. Different. You can study with the help of any note. Like sugar unit difference, helix. RNA containing only single helical structure. This one is double helical structure. Single helical, this one is double helical structure. Then types. DNA only two type. What are the intranuclear and extranuclear? DNA two type, intranuclear and extranuclear. But RNA three type, mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. Small letter, rRNA, tRNA, mRNA. These are the different forms of RNA, DNA, likewise. Okay. Then base unit. Here thymine is there, but instead of thymine, uracil is present in the rRNA. Lot of genetic information transcription. But RNA translates the transcript message to form polypeptide forming. So all the metabolic activity will controlled by DNA, but it only but RNA have not is not possible to control all the metabolic activity, but DNA can control all the metabolic activity. Likewise, you can prepare your own manner. DNA base like there are classification of DNA like this: intranuclear, extranuclear, mRNA three type. Base thymine, by single stranded. Sorry, the double helical structure is single helical structure. Likewise, okay, you can generalize, you can prepare your own form. Got it, students? Is much clear? Actually, chemistry class is converted into biology class. In this portion, Anna, the remaining portion, mainly you want to focus, the remaining things are simple only. Enzyme is there, enzyme, nutrients, vitamin we already discussed, then polymer. Important. Polymer is very, very important. Okay. Enzyme, nutrient, then polymer. Important one. Amino acid is very important. Okay. Amino acid is very important. After that, you can study polymer. Okay. If you are choosely studying now, you can, first of all, you want to preference for amino acid. It's very important. Also, the question asking from that area. Then amino, how many we discussed? First one is amino acid, nucleic acid, vitamin. Okay. So amino acid over, nucleic acid over, vitamins over. Then enzymes, nutrients, small topic. After that, you want to study polymer. It's very important. Polymer is very important. We can just start our enzyme part today. Then tomorrow we will discuss in detail. Enzyme. Okay. Enzyme. Actually, a biological catalyst is called what? Catalyst. What do you mean by catalyst? What do you mean by catalyst? What is the role of a catalyst in chemistry? Do you know? What is the role of catalyst in chemistry? Correct. It increases the rate of a reaction. Likewise, in biology, you can see that in biology you can see that there is actually enzyme is a protein. These are proteins. Okay, protein as well as biological catalyst. These are proteins as well as biological catalysts mainly present in our body. Okay, biological activity for increasing the reactivity means enzyme is very important. So for especially we can say that enzymes for digestive enzymes are available. Look students, we are eating food. After the digestive process is going on now, for easiest digestion we want to add some enzyme in it. Then only it will convert it into a proper food nutrient manner. Okay, conversion of so for speed up the process we can use lot of catalyst enzymes. Okay, look for example in our saliva containing some enzymes as well as lipase, lactase, maltase. Okay, one more thing, any enzyme you can identify with a small trick, that is that it should be end with the ASC. Any enzyme that should be ended by ASC. Okay, then you can conclude that that is an example for enzyme. Maybe you can expect a question. Out of four, choose one enzyme. So ASC is ending name. You can use lipase. For example, lipase, LIPASE. So lipase, maltase, lactase. These are enzymes because these should be ended with the ASE. Okay. So enzymes are two categories, specificity, efficiency. Mainly specificity, efficiency wise. Okay. Enzymes can be classified into different forms. Okay, that things we can discuss in next class. Tomorrow we'll discuss in detail related to enzyme, nutrient, polymer. Okay, we will cover almost half of the section of biomolecules. Okay, students, this much clear? Everything clear? Today portion? Revision is important. Revise and come back. Okay. Thank you so much.